missed you guys. It's been a good week and a half. I was having some major issues with trying to go live on Instagram, and I just was like, I'm gonna take a break. Maybe that's my sign that I need to take a break, because I was having so many challenges that I just felt like maybe I needed to take a break, and so I did. I missed you guys. I missed doing card of the day. Even, doing it and posting it on YouTube was not the same for me, but I am trying to just fill out YouTube a little bit more. But it wasn't really the same for me. I really missed just the aspect of going live and doing that whole thing. So I wanted to return. I'm gonna jump into my topic. What's up, Tiff? What's up? I was really thinking a lot today about this morning, I should say, about how a lot of times we allow ourselves to settle because we tell ourselves that we don't deserve XYZ, or we feel like we're not worthy of X, Y, and Z. And so by us going back and forth psychologically with ourselves and not building ourselves up, not affirming ourselves, we end up telling ourselves and really starting to believe that we don't deserve the things that were already pre-written and predestined for us. We talk ourselves out of our own destiny. I was talking to my fiance this weekend, and I was like, a lot of times we get tricked out of our own birthright blessings, and we'll allow somebody to come up to us and be like, oh, is that a diamond that you have? Well, that's not really a diamond. That's actually a cubic zirconian. And because we don't understand the value of what we possess, we'll be like, oh, it's cubic zirconian? Yeah, but let me take that off your hands for you. I'm going to take that off your hands. And you know what? I'll even give you some money. I'm going to pay you because I think that you should go and find something of value for yourself. And we'll let somebody run some game on us and talk us out of our jewels. It's so important for us to really dig in and understand who we are and really come to the realization of the value that we possess. And it's not our fault that people have damaged us. It's not our fault that people have misused and abused us. But unfortunately, we have to clean up the mess. So it's really on us to clean up the mess that's left behind after the damage is done. And when we were having that conversation, I'm like, unfortunately, a lot of people talk themselves right into their own misery. And a lot of times people just don't even realize that they'll remain single, they'll remain in poverty, they'll remain without all of the things that were rightfully theirs at birth because of their mindset. So I want to encourage you guys today, really do the work. When those emotions come up and that trauma resurfaces, address that shit right then and there. Address it head on, because if you don't, you're just continuing to eat your own poison, and you're just continuing to allow yourself to go without the things that are your birthright. These are your birthrights. You were born out of greatness. And until you start to change your mindset, you're going to continue to stay in relationships that do not do anything for you. You're going to continue to stay at jobs that abuse you, that don't respect your time, that don't want to pay you, that treat you like a slave, because you don't feel like you deserve anything better. And you may say, oh yes, I do feel like I deserve better. But the fact that you're sitting there and allowing yourself to continue to go through these same cycles, and you're not taking steps to get yourself out of that cycle, the fact that you continue to do that says that psychologically you believe that you don't deserve anything more. You don't have to say it with your mouth. Our actions speak before we open our mouths and say a word. So I just really want to encourage you guys, because last week I had to take a break because some traumas that I had been through resurfaced, and I had to deal with them. And I had to deal with them in a way that was healing to myself. I had to deal with them in a way that I didn't continue to repeat the cycles of pushing people out and pushing people away, or taking my emotions out on other people and saying things and doing things that I later on regret that aren't me, but I allow my pain and my trauma. If I allow my pain and my trauma to bring out a certain characteristic that pushes people away and harms the people that I love, then I'm then creating other victims. I'm just as bad as the person that victimized me, because now I'm victimizing other people. So I just want to encourage you guys, deal with the traumas as they come up. If you deal with them as they come up, you'll start to see that you will start to heal. And healing is a lifelong process. If you've been through a lot of trauma, you will do healing work on yourself for the rest of your life if you've been through some seriously traumatic things. But ignoring them and putting your head in the sand doesn't do you any good, and it doesn't change what you've been through. The Temperance card came up this morning, and I just think that it's a reminder for us to have some patience with ourselves and to continue to get to know our spirit. Some of our spirits have been suppressed for so long that we don't even understand who we are on a spiritual level. We don't even understand who our spirit, like what characteristics and the way that our spirit sounds when it talks to us. We don't even know ourselves, but we want to be in relationships, and we want to bring kids into the world, but we haven't even taken the time to get to know ourselves. We haven't even taken the time. What's up, Brother Light? We haven't even taken the time to get to know ourselves and to heal ourselves and to know the sound of our own voice. I gotta pull my seatbelt up, because Texas, these police out here don't play. But we have to take the time to get to know ourselves. Temperance to me is a reminder to connect with your spirit. To not only connect with your spirit, but the way to do that is to get out in nature, work with the elements. A lot of us, if you grew up in the church like I did, you weren't taught to work with the elements. You were taught to stay away from any type of sorcery or witchcraft or any of that. And you're taught to just kind of like leave that stuff alone and pray about it and leave it at the altar, let Jesus fix it. But we have to connect with nature, work with the elements, and really take that quiet solitude and get to know ourselves. We are divinely connected because spirit moves through you with the messages you deliver, and today is on point. Thank you, brother. I had no idea what I was going to say when I came on here. And, I do agree with that. I believe that even when I have one or two views, whoever views my messages when I come on live, I'm not moved by numbers, because I believe that whoever I'm supposed to be divinely connected with is going to make that connection with me. So yeah, I agree, brother. Light. But temperance, we have to really take the time to get to know ourselves and allow our spirit to speak to us. I won't stop saying that, because I think people really, really forget that so much, and people exclude that, and that's one of the biggest parts. And also we need to return to the ways of our ancestors, return to our original spirituality, whatever that may be, for you and your particular bloodline. But return to those practices that you used to see your great-grandmother or your grandmother do, and entertain it. If you're not sure, curiosity didn't kill the cat. Ignorance got the cat killed, in my opinion. So, definitely dig in to your past. And to me, I feel like even the more that we connect with like what our grandmothers were doing, what our great grandmothers were doing, the more that you start to make that spiritual connection, because those were their practices. So you're going to make that spiritual connection because you then have your ancestors that are waiting to assist you and trying to communicate with you and trying to show you the messages that you're supposed to be receiving as well. They are also holders of keys for us and for our spirituality. So when we start working and doing the things that they used to do, we start making those connections in the spiritual realm, and you'll start to see that they'll come to you in dreams and they'll show you things, and you'll start to see messages from them. When I started my spiritual work and started really like studying more so the things that my grandmothers were into, they started to come to me. I started to get my visions again, and that's the way for us to connect. I don't want to continue to berate the point. Let me get into this oracle card also. After the storm, Temperance was a reminder to connect, and that's how we're going to heal our traumas, and that's how we heal our pain and our hurt, and that's how we heal the hurts of that broken child that lives within all of us. But after the storm, when you go through a storm, when you've come through a situation, I say this every time this card comes up, a beautiful card, one of my favorites in this deck as a matter of fact. But after the storm occurs, when you have been through some things, when you've been through some traumas, some trials and tribulations, you have gained wisdom. You've learned lessons. You learned what didn't work. You learned who was on your side. You learned what strategy got you up out of there. You learned what you're not going to do the next time to get yourself in a situation like that again. So you learned so much. You gained so much wisdom. The problem is that a lot of us take that same wisdom that we gain from experiences that we lived through, traumatic experiences most of the time, and we still don't apply that knowledge and that insight and information. We still turn around and do the same stuff over and over and over again. And then we expect sympathy, and we really want somebody to feel for us and to help us out of our situation. But when you keep repeating the same cycle over and over, expecting different results, that is the definition of insanity. So that's what I have for you guys today. I ain't have no music, but I just wanted to check in, and I missed y'all. I'm back. We're gonna try it this week and see how my live goes. But y'all have a beautiful day. If today is your special day, happy birthday, happy Earth Day, happy Solar Return Day. I hope you guys had an amazing 420. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend, and you guys go out and conquer today. Heal your own self one incident at a time, and you'll start to see that things begin to come full circle and life becomes sweeter, even despite the things that you've been through. Life can still be sweet, it can still be beautiful, it can still be great. So I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow for Card of the Day. Peace.